Wish you all a very happy new year. Now we talk about acting today, and not acting, but a short video where we can discuss a few things. It's a tough thing to talk about cinema, and especially when you teach cinema, it is even tougher. And you can do that by doing the work, you know, practicing it. You can do that theoretically, but provided you are keeping it in a special place, provided you are talking about cinema with high regards. And acting, why do we do acting in this new year? Does that bring a change in acting, what it can do to acting, to performances, to actors, to lifestyles, to a better appreciation of cinema, a better appreciation of acting, or narrative, or storytelling? Emotions, very important. Emotions and what we can do about it. Storytelling, writing characters, acting, performing, and embodying those characters, giving that performance people can relate to, and a space for discussion. And when you talk about the set of shooting, that is also a space for discussion and improvisation if it is needed. And we are coming up with a lot of ideas. We are coming up with new ways of doing performances, and what we can bring to the that performance with the stipulated timeline we have within which we have to shoot. But that curiosity, that attitude towards learning in a good way, so all these things we can always appreciate, we can always respect, we can always work on. And when we talk about acting, when we talk about the work, we are doing it, so we don't talk about it explicitly, so rather we straight away go to other discussions. But sometimes we introspect and we think that we could have done the role in a better way. We could have done this performance in a better way. We could have written this thing in a better way. We could have made the film in a better way. Now, that's why sometimes you are doing a lot of research before doing the actual movie, because you have that passion and enthusiasm to tell the story. So you are doing your research, and each and every day you are doing your research before the shoot, how you are going to place your camera, how you are going to shoot the entire thing, how you are going to direct the actors, how you are going to discuss with the actors before the shoot and before the take, so that you can have a discussion and you can direct, you can give them a lot of guidance, you can give them a lot of direction so that they can bring their best, they can give their performances, they can understand what you are trying to convey. So a lot of things, we talk about all these things. And storytelling, obviously we are talking about script writing and storytelling, and that environment we talk about, that shooting environment, that set where people are contributing, and we have a responsibility to create that environment. And this year we will focus a lot more on advanced discussions, the physical techniques you can do, the physical practices you can do, the theoretical things you can learn, the introspection you can do regarding acting. And when you are watching a movie after a long time, or maybe multiple times you are watching a movie and you are finding something new each and every time, and what you can do for that particular movie. So you can do all these things. And even if you go to the classics, you can learn so much from the classics. And acting is there, sometimes a movie that cannot be that popular, but you can see great acting performances in a particular movie. And sometimes when we watch that, we can learn a lot. That doesn't mean we can use that as an excuse that this is also a movie, you can learn acting from this movie. This is also a movie, you can learn something regarding acting from this movie. So you choose what you want to take, from that movie. There are many good things regarding a movie you can learn. There are many things you can do regarding a movie, regarding story, regarding acting, regarding performances, regarding the entertainment. So many things you can do. And but that comparison, sometimes the movie may not be popular, but a lot of work, is there with the actors, with the directors, with the cast and crew. So you see that on screen, and in telling the story. So these things are there. Sometimes, you will see we appear to be smart. Some people appear to be smart with a lot of dialogue, with a lot of games, with a lot of techniques. And it can enhance our artistic creativity, obviously. In some creative fields, it will help us. And in cinema, it helps us too. When we play these games, when we go through these exercises, for the sake of development of an actor, so that we can enhance our repertoire, we can do a lot of things, so that we can practice a lot, we can bring a lot to that particular role, or we can search for different roles, where we can give a lot, and we can do all these things. But that appreciation, when we do acting, sometimes we need to take some time, and we need to, have patience, silence, and we can just look at a performance, and we can think about it for a while, and what a great acting performance it is. How the non-verbal gesture narrative is told, how the story is getting told, and how, the performance is happening. So we can look at those things, and what basic things regarding acting, but what we can do to acting as actors, as artists, and whatever you choose to do regarding art. Acting is such a profession. If you are choosing to be an actor, that is, you are choosing to be an actor, you are getting a lot of opportunities to act a lot. Otherwise, even if you are an interesting human being, a curious human being who is learning to know more about acting, so that it can stretch your personality, it can stretch your lifestyle, it can give you a better experience. When you want to do that, you will still have some appreciation for acting. Sometimes it comes through dialogues, sometimes acting or enacting a scene, sometimes just to have fun. Sometimes you are having a gathering, friends, and you have seen the movie, and sometimes you are uttering a dialogue in such a particular moment, and it is evoking a lot of laughter. So all these things we do, part of life. But sometimes what happens is, maybe after a while we are doing this, we haven't thought of this for a while, we haven't done this for a while, but these are the things we do, when we are always thinking about cinema, and cinema is so much fun. We are thinking about storytelling, we are thinking about our appreciation for cinema, and we are doing all these things in a very lucid manner, in a very natural manner, and we do that. And the problem is, people who understand it, they can have a lot of fun, and people who do not understand it, it is like that humor. If you understand that humor, you will have your laugh. You can have a laughter, you can have a chuckle, you can have a small smile, but you will understand the wit, the humor, and the intelligence behind it. And people who don't understand it, I'm really sad for those people, but you should understand those things. That's how we can write our dialogues. Sometimes we can craft our dialogue in that manner, so that it will evoke an emotion from the audience, from the actors. Because sometimes on the set, when they are reading the lines, that is also shaping the performance, and that is shaping the performance. But with the direction, with a lot of creative techniques, we can give a lot to the role. So it can be already there in the script. Sometimes that line is making you think of something else. So you are bringing your inspiration, you are playing those games with the directors, and we are thinking what we can do to the movie, and to the particular role, or while speaking the dialogue, or to the scene, in fact, because the scene you are creating, and then you are creating the entire movie. But the thing is, when you are meticulous about each and every scene, each and every frame, which is the attitude we will want you to have, because that is the way we are talking about these things. Each and every frame, you are putting a lot of importance, you are putting a lot of significance to each and every frame, each and every scene, each and every performance, and the entire story as well, and sometimes different acting performances, and character to actor, actor to character, and this is the kind of acting we want to give it to the audience. So for the sake of that, we are choosing this kind of acting. While creating the movie, maybe you are not thinking about that. Maybe theoretically you have learned that, but you are expecting that acting from the actors. Sometimes people think that you are going deeper into the character, you are embodying the character, you are researching a lot about the character, you are performing the character, and you don't need to think about the actor, because the actor is performing a lot. The actor is preparing himself or herself a lot, and the director is doing his or her job. So that is how it should be. That is why we talk about cinema in this manner, because that is the fun of cinema, and people look up to those directors, who can create the environments, who can give them the right direction. Sometimes direction about life, sometimes direction about filmmaking, sometimes direction about how they can do more research, how they can go deep into the aspects of the scene. Maybe they can go through a novel, maybe they can go through a book, maybe they can go through a different kind of performance, maybe they can go through a painting, maybe they can go through something else, but they are getting a lot of inspiration from acting. So we have mentioned all these things, but still we are mentioning few things. But physically you can prepare yourself, because when you are doing the physical practices, you are also shaping yourself as an actor. You can do dance, you can do choreography, you can do a lot of body gestures. Sometimes there are different techniques. You can use props, you can do it without the props, but you think that you are using the props. You are poking your imagination, you are poking the audience's imagination, how you are portraying that character. Sometimes you are bringing something from your past, and you are going to the memory, you are going to the emotions, and you are bringing something from the past, and that particular actor in that particular scene is requiring that. So you are practicing how you can bring it, how you can go through your practices so that you can give that performance. And as an actor you can do a lot, but what I emphasized on during the end of last year, and also I will start at the beginning of this year, suddenly you are starting a movie and you think that you are making the movie based on this. You are making the movie based on this idea. You are trying to portray this idea on screen or in that film. You can start with that. But this entire process, how you are creating the movie, how you are making the movie, and all these people are working together to make the movie, and a lot of responsibility for the director. The idea you are starting with, we want to make a movie based on this, we want to portray this, we want to make a movie based on this subject, this topic, we want to have these characters. Okay, how we are shaping the entire thing. So ultimately, maybe we have chosen to make the movie, but the way we are making the movie, the end result, how we are making the movie, we are having cinema, we are having that story, we are having those performances, we are having something, on screen which we can be proud of. We can, obviously we are proud of making the movie because we have invested a lot of efforts making the movie, bringing all these people together, our own wisdom and experiences to, shape the entire thing. That is itself something worthy of pride. But what we can do is, from that idea to the end result, how you are making the movie, we can make the movie in different ways. And also, for some people, you are doing a talk and after that, they are also coming to their shit. You are doing this discussion, they are also coming to that shit. After the discussion is over, they are going to the shit. So there are people like that. But we don't talk about those people here. So we talk about what? That scene. We can continuously think about that scene. We can continuously think about that movie. And so many other things which we don't mention, but people who relate to it, they can understand it even in a better way. And obviously we can go for a discussion, because that is the reason we are doing this, so that we can have the discussion like that. And having that idea and then making the entire movie, and then the end result when it is going to the screen, exhibition, and how people are reacting to that entire movie. It doesn't matter for many people. It should not matter when you are putting a lot of effort. So you are making the movie, and acting is fun. When I mention this thing, acting is fun, it is really a lot of fun. And it's a sad thing that we keep forgetting it. I don't know why, but you should not forget that acting is fun, Why this profession is very different from some other profession. Why we are choosing to be actors. And even if we are choosing to be actors, why one actor is very different from another actor. Passion, performance, and so many things we can talk about. You are putting a lot of effort. Maybe this is a bad movie you have done, but the next movie can be one of the greatest movies you have always done. So you are looking up to that also, moving forward, hope, anticipation. Because you are shaping yourself as an actor, you are learning from your mistakes. You are continuously being curious about acting as a profession, as an art, as a craft, techniques, what you can bring to that particular role, or as an actor you can shape yourself. Maybe you are not getting a movie for a while. What you can do, so that you can doing something for acting, or maybe you are looking for a script, or maybe you are writing a script. And one problem is sometimes actors become producers. Some actors are really good producers. Some actors want to project themselves as producers. Some actors want to project themselves as actors, but there is a lot, in between. So the thing is, I understand acting. Many people can talk about. Many people can give excuse of the market, and somewhat it is true because the audience taste and how it is shaping the audience. But they can also look for good entertainment. I hope they will, but who will provide? That is also very important. But people should go for that, And arguments, a lot of arguments you can do, and many people will not entertain, but some people will do the arguments anyway. But whatever it is, you learn something regarding acting as a profession, as an art, and that person is behaving like that. If that person is wrong, that I am right, we are not talking about that thing. It is not that shallow. So we are talking about something really grand, because cinema is really grand. That person played this with this guy. That means we are doing this. Cinema is something more than that. There are games. We are having fun. We are playing all these things. But cinema is something more than that. When we are making the movie, when we are giving the performance, we can be respectful towards the performance, we can be respectful towards the movie, everyone's effort put into that movie, and we can bring a lot to that performance, So I think this is the thing we are starting with, but hopefully we will talk about different things this year. And we will have a lot of fun. That is the most important thing. Acting is fun. Not a word, not a tagline, but acting is fun. We should understand it.